UPSC aspirants demanding an extra attempt joined the League of Students who were detained and manhandled for protesting recently. What happened? We discuss this in today's Straight Up by edX Live with me, Mrittika Banerjee. After PGIMS, Rohtak, VBU and JNU students, the UPSC candidates staging protests for another attempt were manhandled and detained last night in Delhi's old Rajinder Nagar. One of the job seekers asked, and I quote, "How is it a democracy if we cannot even protest peacefully?" Unquote. The documented moments shared with edX Live portrayed in glimpses the shots from the protest site last night. Among them were images of the police force dragging the aspirants while students were chanting Inqilab Zindabad and Vande Mataram. Dr. Vidya Singh, an aspirant who is also a doctor at AIIMS, has this to say about the incident from last night.
Yeah, I graduated from AIIMS. It was 2020 when the pandemic hit the country. At that time, I was serving in the hospital. I still remember I worked for 12 to 16 hours in the hospital to serve the patient. It is my own hands that I had lifted so many of the dead bodies, and there was nobody to cremate them. At that time, the government showered the flowers from the helicopters on us. And now, when we are not having the attempt, the government is denying our compensation. This is the reward that we got by serving the nation. Yesterday, we were so peacefully protesting at old Rajinder Nagar, New Delhi, making the government understand our demand that 2.5 years has been already lapsed, that we have demanding our compensatory attempt, and it was all very peaceful with no violence. All of a sudden, the police personnel came and they really manhandled us and they took us to the detention.
The protest from last night was a part of a larger protest of UPSC aspirants demanding an extra attempt. Though the students had permission for their agitation, their site was cleared last night and their tents dismantled. Here is what Amulya Animesh, a UPSC candidate who has been in charge of the legal front of the movement, has to say.
The right to a peaceful protest is a fundamental right under Article 19. Yesterday, on the false pretext of disturbance of public order, we were being treated like stray animals on the streets of old Rajinder Nagar. The reality is that they feared the wrath of their political bosses. But for the compensation of the injustice caused by the pandemic to us, we will not leave any stone unturned, even if it amounts to knocking at the doors of the Supreme Court again. And there, we will take these visuals on record and will ask the court, is this the leniency you wanted to show towards the candidates?
To recall, the aspirants on 2020, 2021 and 2022 batches have been protesting since 2021 for another attempt as compensation for the pandemic. They are yet to hear from the government despite support from a number of parliamentarians and other prominent figures. The aspirants met at around 1 p.m. at Sindhi Park today. That is all from us today. Do like, share and subscribe to the channel and don't forget to mask up and stay safe.